Okay, so we kind of just briefly lay out the cover, but this is just a placeholder. You can add an interesting element for the background and then change the texture of the square shape. Just play around with the small elements, and then also the positioning of the text and the title is also one of the things you need to consider. And the next, the next page will be bio. I'll put bio and table of content at the same place. Okay. So everything is kind of really random because I lost the video recording I did for this part, so I'm kind of redoing this thing, so I don't have much time. Okay, so and then I'll add some like design elements, hoping that could help to draw reviewers' eyes and create some interest, but we'll see. I use Spoil to sample a color. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So and then in the main title, the bio, and then this page will be table of contents, but I think it's too long, so I'll just minimize the typing to contents, and then change the font type from currently I create a multiple character style, and then I name them by the types font, the weight of the typeface and the size of the font. So it can really help you to by looking at the style. You can pick the right size with the right thickness for your the typefaces. So yeah, so I rename them by the options character style, and for that one I would go with the 36 thing or 36. Okay, so it's 36. Okay, if you want me to show you how to create the character style, so please first you type first, and then here you don't have to, you can just create from a style first, and then you can start typing and apply the style in the contents. So first I will create a new style, and then you see the character style number 1 was generated, and then rename it to sorry, it was a wrong call. So character style was generated, and then you rename it to heading, or gonna say heading, and level number 1, and based on, if you want to put the based on style, it will follow by the based on style, but for this time I usually don't change the typeface for in a base like parenting style. So I don't set any based on style for this exercise. I'll just create a new one. Railway, heavy, not heavy. I want thin with the small 84, all caps, maybe normal. Okay, so here you go. This is the heading of that font style. This is the style of the font style I created, and then I need to modify the name by the font type. And I decided to stick with the railway because it has a variable line weight. So I'll stick with the railway, so I don't put the font family and the name of the style. But if you utilizing different types of typeface, then you'd better put the name of the font as well. But I'll ignore it for this time. But the weight is important, and then font size should be placed on the style name. Okay, so this is the heading 1, thin 48. And then here, I'd rather put my name rather than put explaining what category it is, because my name is more important than the name of the title of the category. And I'll start to put my info here. Since I create my bio already, I'll just copy and paste those things here. Okay, but okay, here. So just copy and paste your resume here, whether it's copying all the type formats together, just leave it as it is. And then you create the different styles by the hierarchy of the contents, and select the content you'd like to modify, and then click the style. Okay. Yeah, see? Okay. So just copy and paste from the Word file you create for the other exercise, and then change apply after you are creating out character styles. Apply those different styles by the hierarchy of the contents. So, and hold this to. So here's my bio, and decide which content should to put in your bio or not. Think about what is included in your portfolio. So if there is some contents that it will be shown in your portfolio, then exclude them, because such as studio works. Studio work will be shown in your portfolio anyway. So I would, because if you put your studio work information here in your bio page, it became repetitive. So to try not to steal their precious reviewers' precious time. So please, when you consider which one to put in your bio page, think about what cannot be shown in your portfolio, such as your photography skill or your drawing skill, if it is shown in your portfolio, then it's okay. You can put it in your bio, or you can just simply ignore put the skill in your bio page. But it really depends on your decision. But studio work, I believe all of you will include, not all, but most of the best of your studio work in your portfolio, the rest of the pages. So try focus on what is not included, what is cannot be shown in your portfolio, but you want to show. So think about that when you decide which one to put or which one would not put in your bio page. So at this point, I would like to include my skill set. My skills, such as, so maybe I would include all the my studio work, but I would like to emphasize more on my renderings. So I would say I'm really interested in rendering, the visual renderings. So just write down what skills, visual rendering or photography, or I have like video editing skill, which I can't show in this document, and like sculpture, like 3D modeling skill by hand, 3D hand modeling skill. I may or may not include that in my portfolio, but we'll see. You can put it there, put it in your skill set, and you have chance to erase it. And what else? And my let's see, your scholarships or award, any scholarship or fund you got from other resources, and the technical knowledge or technical skill. Maybe I'd better divide this into computer skills. It's all capitalized. Computer skills, and which includes Photoshop, in Revit, InDesign, we'll name it, Premiere, any computer skill like Excel, Word. If you're really confident in Excel, maybe you can put it. But I don't have any confidence. But just for your reference. And visual and which the other skills. And just for your information, when you use a paragraph, I don't recommend to hyphenize your paragraph. So let's go to the character. And open character and also open paragraph, and then uncheck the hyphenate. You can list in a horizontal way, or you can list them in a vertical way. So readability, you decide which the targeting targets, and then which orientation would be best for the reviewers. Maybe I can categorize the computer skill by the company. Premiere. And I'll add another box. And then put it in a different column. Maybe type AutoCAD. Align it. Okay. So this would be my simple bio, and then I need to include my contact information. Maybe I'll make another square here. And I'll use eyedropper to sample the color. So here is the information you might have put already. So your telephone number and your email address. And when you put email address, do not use I don't recommend you to use school address, because you will graduate soon, or one year or 2 years later, and it'll be your email, that school email will be expired, or you might not visit that email account anymore after your graduation. So and you might forgot to update your email address after your graduation. So I always recommend to use your own personal email address rather than school address. So put your personal address, and your LinkedIn would be a perfect place to put in your bio, but Facebook and Instagram might be a little risky. So LinkedIn. Because usually LinkedIn, we utilize it for the professional connection. So LinkedIn, I don't know how to link L. And since we are designers, we feel more comfortable when we communicate in a visual way. So if you'd like to use like visual graphics, go to search the icon, find images, and in the tool, check the size to like large size, and because when you print out the image resolution is one of the big concern when you print it out. So yeah, and when you search the icon and when you search any images, please check the tool setting in your search engine to make sure that it is large. Okay, and you can play with around the options you have, especially for the images that you'd like to put it in your background. It must be large. The settings should be large, and sometimes the large is not enough. But like the icon can be small. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to require high resolution. So let's search the icon and then you see you can find most of the icon you want to use. So feel free to use them when you have any chance and if you want. And also there are some vector option here. If you like to communicate in a graphical way, I highly recommend to use infographics, graphics rather than simply merely text. Here is the good example of using the graphical communication method. So it is the graphics draws our eyes to the detailed information, and using icons, you simply categorize each contents. So, and rather than typing all the interests, you just put the icons. So I mean, this is really interesting. So we can intuitively understand what her interests are, what her experiences are. We can intuitively recognize how to navigate in this page through the icons. So I picked the file type. So there are a variety of file type you can pick, but since when you download the transparent file, like when you see the check mark behind, it means it is that the background is transparent. So the black area or the area without check mark are not transparent, and those check marked area are transparent. So the transparent images can be really useful, but the transparency is not maintained in JPEG format, nor what else? So PNG is the file that can convert bring the transparency in design. So when you pick the file type, if you have any option to pick PNG, please select the PNG option when you download the transparent image. So I download the file, and here it is, and I would like to put it in here, and I'll try to drag and drop it. Okay, I'll just place the image without selecting the area. Place that. Wow. I didn't know that it was that small. Okay, so I will delete my type and then put the icon here. Then find the right size. To maintain the ratio while you transform the size, hold the Shift and Control key and then click and drag. Okay, voila. I always make a duplication in case I would like to go back to the previous step. So I will do the same thing. So, okay, here is your bio page. Done. And then next video we'll talk about how the table of contents, and then it will be pretty much same with the bio page. So it'll be I'll see you in the next video.